Hi, beautiful beings. Welcome back to the Victims of Victor podcast. And my name is Anu and I'm your host. Today's workshop is workshop number 8. And I have David Challenor with me again. Hi, David.
Hello, Anu, and hello, listeners.
So today's workshop is cord cutting and releasing attachments with people. So if there's anybody whom you may have lost recently, if there's a relationship which may have died, then this workshop will be for you. In today's episode, I also have my first ever participating client, Pamela, who will be with us today, and David will be performing a live workshop on Pamela due to her dog, Freddie, who passed away on Saturday, whom we are really sorry to hear that he passed away. So how are you doing, Pamela?
I don't feel well at all. And I'm here because I need so much help to just get on with my new life, really, that I don't know what's coming, because I was very focused on Freddie and I was just, my life worked around him basically. And now I'm going to feel lost and I just miss him so badly. So I think this is going to help me, but also many people are going through the same with people, but also with animals, because they are very important. They are a deep connection in our lives. So I think I am here as an example. I am a veterinary surgeon and I'm a scientist, and I'm here in a healing workshop. So we all need to open our minds to help.
Oh, that's beautiful. Thank you so much. And it's a pleasure to have you on. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. So David, why don't you explain more to my listeners what cord cutting is?
Okay, cords. We all have cords. Now, I've got cords with you right now because we're talking, we get on well, so there's pleasant cords. Oh. There's cords that go really deep. So the deeper the relationship, the deeper the cord. So the reason why we find it difficult to let go of certain things in our lives is because, say for argument's sake, marriage, love of an animal, that love has been built up over years. The cord is thick and strong. So these cords, when we lose somebody, and maybe let's talk about a relationship breaks up, so you still feel the love and the cord is still attached. Just the mention of that name can make you feel really sad and really bad. So what does cord cutting do? It cuts the cords that not of God's desire. That is the main ingredient. It doesn't cut the love that you had. It just cuts the stuff that you do not need in your life, to create space in your life for something new.
I love that. So you're basically making space for more positive energies and positive people to come into your body and your mind. Yeah.
What I will say about cord cutting, you have to be ready to let it release and go. Okay. Some people need to go through a process, then have a cord cutting ceremony. Okay. Once you get to that stage, there's nothing holding you back. You actually are ready to accept a new life, a new way forward, but most of all, thinking about the situation in a different way. Okay. Not only am I going to do a cord cutting ceremony, I should be doing healing on Pam. Okay. So I'm filling the void with healing energy, which is, to everybody out there, I do Reiki and Sikkim, and it's universal energy that comes through me and through my hands. Yeah. So this will actually always be there during the cord cutting. It's all part and parcel of the whole thing.
Okay, because something interesting which was mentioned by Pamela was about the fact that, you know, we have the body and the mind, which are actually, would you say they're separate entities or are they linked in a way?
Well, your mind actually controls your thoughts and how you act upon your life. Then if you're talking about the spirit and instinct, that's something much older, in my opinion. Yeah. But if we start to think in our mind, it actually puts pressures on our physical form. Right. So when we actually teach people to become spiritual and actually meditate, we try to get them out of their mind and into their heart chakra. Your heart chakra is connected to your astral body, which is your dream body. When we dream, this is where our thoughts go, and that's why they're surreal.
Right, okay.
This is where our empathic nature lives. Okay. So if we're actually empathic, we're actually not putting a thought process into being an empath. We are just feeling the empathic nature of ourselves. So we are trusting that that energy is perfect. Yeah. We're not judging it. If we have to think about it, it kills that energy.
Okay.
A bit like the meditations. If I actually tried to think a meditation, it will be wrong and it will not come out the way I want it to. When I'm actually doing a meditation, it's coming from my heart, and that empath, them words and that vision I see is just being translated into words that I actually see in my head, which is like it's like watching a movie, I suppose.
Yeah.
And I'm actually relating what I'm actually seeing.
Right, okay. I'm just thinking as well that this workshop actually goes quite nicely with our grief and loss meditation.
Yes, as well, we've done quite a lot of grief, loss, rejection, alcoholic addictions or drug addictions. So I think it'd be nice to put something positive back.
Yeah.
Because it's great harbouring on the negative things that we do, but let's put something positive back into what we do.
Yeah.
And you can hear this over and over again, and hopefully you can heal yourself just by the very nature of listening to this meditation. And you can imagine that you are going through any scenario. You can actually imagine what I'm saying, but put your own words into a different scenario, whether it's work loss, whether it's relationship loss, whether it's a love of a dog, whether it's just you feel lost in general.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, depression. People get depressed and they don't need to have anything to feel depressed about, but they feel sad.
Yeah.
So whatever you feel you need a crutch in life, this can help. And you can cut away with cords.
Yeah, just cut them away. So why do you think a lot of people may struggle with letting go of people?
Because for one, they need that person, and they haven't really got self-worth in themselves.
Okay.
So, but don't get me wrong. If you've spent 10 years or 20 years with somebody, it's not going to be easy to let go of something that you love. Yeah. It's like letting go of your most favourite meal and people kept putting it in front of you. You wouldn't want that. No. So why would you want to give up something that you love? Okay. So only when you actually realise that if something you love is making you bad, then you have to take charge. Yeah. You have to realise it's affecting my life. And attachments. So what are attachments? It's the things that we like in our lives that we don't want to let go. Sometimes it can be a negative force. Sometimes it can make you feel it's a positive force. For instance, if you lose somebody through marriage for years and years and years and had a fantastic marriage, how do you actually let go of something that was so good? You have to find a way to actually change the attitude to why you have lost that person, how you can change it yourself.
Okay, yeah. And that brings us along to attachment styles, because I know attachment styles come in many forms. I mean, you know, we attach to our pets differently to how we attach to humans. So what's your thoughts on attachment styles?
I think every human being attaches to something that they like or love, whether it's a person, an animal, a hobby, an interest of any sort. We need something to distract ourselves. Okay. We are always trying to distract ourselves and make ourselves feel good. Now, I suppose spiritual people spend a lifetime of trying to detach from the negative and the material world, which is very, very difficult in Western society, especially when you have families and you're building attachments. You know, every child and everybody in your life of that family is attached to you through their love and their feelings and whatever problems they've got. Yeah. So it's not as easy as some people think to get rid of all attachments. You have to discern and realise which ones are good for you. And if they're good, fine.
Yeah, because I see a lot of people really attached to materialistic possessions, like people get attached to their homes or their cars. And I guess, I was probably one of them back in the days before I discovered, spirituality. So how about for those people who get really upset if the car gets damaged?
Well, if it's going to cost a lot and it's affecting them that way, that's a different type of attachment if you can't afford to get it fixed. If it's just a matter of an insurance company fixing it, You might be attached to the fact that why would somebody want to do that to you?
Yeah.
But, the things are just things. They're not important. People are important.
Yeah.
Things can be bought and they get old and they get renewed.
Yeah.
So when you attach to the fact that something is nice and shiny in 1 minute and then scratch the next, ask yourself, what is it in you that holds on to that perfection?
Okay, that's interesting. So again, this healing workshop could also be for those who are attached to materialistic possessions. I guess it could also be for those who may be attached to a certain emotion or a thought process.
Yeah, well, people hold thought processes in their heads, and it's something they can bring up from a whole upbringing, lifetime experience. It's like you with your experience from the age of 3.
Yeah.
You could hold on to that attachment and actually make it affect you, but you've actually done something about it.
Yeah.
You've actually tried to actually work upon it, wrote about it, and now you're acting upon it. So we can use these attachments as a great tool as well. Because we can actually transpire beyond that attachment. We can actually make ourselves better by not having it happen again. Or maybe we might help somebody else in the same scenario where we can help them.
Yeah. Okay. Lovely. Wow. Pamela is here waiting for us to work on magic on her. So why don't we go through the cord cutting process?
Well, first of all, I'm going to go through checking the body and I'll explain what I'm doing.
Okay.
I've got in my hand, I've got a dowser, and this will show me the patterns of the chakras. Now, what this actually does, it tells me which chakras are open or closed.
Okay.
What significance is that? The significance is that if your chakras are closed, you are harbouring energy that's not flowing. So now the crown chakra is open, but a third eye is closed, and the back of the third eye is also closed. Okay. So she doesn't want to see into the future, and she doesn't want to look in the past because maybe it's too painful.
Okay.
Maybe it's too painful for her to decide that she's got a decision or opinion on that. And I feel with Freddie, it's too soon for her to understand the loss, and it's too painful to look back, because your third eye is about looking forward. And obviously the back of your third eye is about what you've seen in the past.
Yeah.
Okay? So that's the third eye. So a throat. Okay, her throat's very good, so it's open. She's never has trouble talking. And the back of her throat is good because she has no problem listening.
Oh, excellent.
Right.
Okay, that's good.
So let's see what your heart's doing. The front of her heart is closed because she's harbouring pain and loss. So she can't give that love to Freddie because he's not with us any longer.
Yeah.
Okay? The back of her heart is open. She's open to receive love from Freddie. Maybe she's still hoping that Freddie in spirit or in his life values her efforts. But I know he does, because I know them as a couple, So I think that's quite strong. So a solar plexus, which is a personal power. The front of a solar plexus, it's closed. So she's lost a lot of personal power about controlling this situation. Now, being a veterinary surgeon, she may feel that she could have done more. Okay? But, okay, the back's okay. So she's okay with what people think about it, a personal power, but she's having a trouble with discerning whether whatever she did in that process was the right thing to do.
Okay.
Well, I do know that Pam went away, and I do know that Freddie was blind and deaf. And I do pick up that he was struggling with the fact he couldn't smell her anymore, although he's being looked by somebody else. So there's a failing in how he felt. But I think Pam, obviously, is a very conscientious, loving person. Yeah. And she's taken that personally. Her personal power is stretched, okay? Yeah. So we're going to try your sacral now. Your sacral's all right. And the back of your sacral's okay. So the relationship with the whole situation with herself is okay. It's affected her personal power, but a relationship with herself, she probably knows that she feels she's done as much as she could on a relationship level. Yeah. Okay? And the base chakra is about security or lack of it. And she's not very grounded. So basically, she's finding it difficult to ground this energy at the moment. Okay. But this is really, really good, because these chakras don't need to stay closed forever. They're just going through a process. And in a moment, they should all be open and gleaming They can close again, depending on circumstances. So we're going to see how the cord cutting will work with the healing. So I should put my dowser down for now, and I'll come back to my dowser towards the end to check the chakras, and I'll go through it briefly.
I just thought it'd be good for those who aren't aware of what a dowser is.
Okay, so a dowser can either be a crystal in my case with a chain. Now it could be anything. It could be a piece of brass. I've got a brass one over there. It's just something that will actually rotate, yes or no.
Okay.
Now I'm looking for patterns in the chakras. So I'm looking to see if it's open or closed.
Okay.
And this gives me an idea what the person is harbouring. As a healer, I will know that Pam is struggling with personal power. Because her personal power centre was closed. Yeah. Okay? And I know that her third eye was closed because she can't see into the future because it's too painful, and she don't want to look at the past because that equally is painful. Mm-hmm. But after this healing, she may feel different. So all this gives me is a tool to show people that I can actually check for patterns without going into any elaborate tuning in. I can just carry on my work, and this dowser is going to give me the answers that I need.
Okay, thank you. Appreciate that.
By the way, dowsing, you can dowse for anything.
Yeah.
But I find in healing, it really, really works. Okay?
Lovely, thank you.
Okay.
All right, so what do we do next?
Right, I'm going to start, and I will actually talk through this all the way through.
Okay.
Most people don't probably get fed up with my voice, but I do talk a lot in my healing session. Okay, for everybody listening, my hands are about maybe 6 inches from Pamela's head, and I'm actually going to be channeling energy. In a moment, I'll be talking through me and my guides to help Pamela, and through this, at some point, I'll bring in the cord cutting. So now I'd like to call upon Pamela's energy and allow her to relax. Bring in all the good in your life and breathe out all the bad and distress. Start to breathe in the light and exhale tension and stress. Keep this rhythm going. Be aware of your chest filling the cavity. Be aware that you're exhaling tension of your day. Each time you breathe in light, you exhale sadness and darkness, doubt and fear. Breathe in hope, love, and bring in the angels to help you in order to help you through this healing process. In a moment, I'm going to imagine that Pamela is sitting in a beautiful place in a warm environment. I see a beautiful beach with the sun and the sunset down on her forehead. The beautiful warmth is soothing and the air is sweet. And you can hear and feel the sea and the breeze brushing away over her cheeks. She's going to let go of a past experience. She's going to let go of pain and anguish. As I talk her through it, I'd like her to bring a light through her crown chakra and watch this crown glow. And as the light goes down, past the vertebrae in her neck, her eyes feel warmed by the light. Her throat is relaxed. And as we go down, down deep into the cavities of her chest, the energy starts to relax the muscles. The energy is illuminating the blood cells, the capillaries. As it moves down to the sacrum and solar plexus, feel that warmth, that glow, that heavenly glow of love, peace and tranquility. Know that you've gone through a loss, but this loss is only a small part of your life, as big as it feels right now. Know that your life has been enriched by your loss, and know that the angels are with you to take away the harmful, hurtful parts, to allow you to be free of the burden of guilt. Allow yourself to feel free as your toes tingle and you are grounded, this beautiful red energy out to your feet. Soon, I will call upon the angels to start a ceremony to help you cut the cords that are not of God's desire. As I call in Michael the Archangel, Michael the Archangel, Michael the Archangel, cut and release all cords between Pamela and Freddie, her beloved dog. Cut and release with your red flaming sword all cords not of God's desire. Release, release to the light all cords not of God's desire. Free the love, but keep the love everlasting. As Michael's cut free all the cords between Freddie and Pamela. Feel the peace and the pink energy flowing over you. Feel the love emanating from you. And feel the emanation of Freddie's love in your heart will always be there. Angels of the ball of fire. Angels of the ball of fire. Angels of the ball of fire. Take all psychic debris that Michael has cut free between Pamela and Freddie. Release to the light. Transmute into light. Release all psychic debris that Michael has cut free between Pamela and Freddie. Release all the light and cut all the cords that Michael's cut free and send to the light and free and keep free all energy not of God's desire. Saint Germain, I invoke your sweet name, keeper of the violet flame. I ask Saint Germain to cleanse and purify the cords that Michael has cut free between Freddie and Pamela. Allow the cords to be free, cleansed and rejuvenated, and allow the cords to heal, take away the loss and leave the love that resides between them both. Saint Germain, I ask you now to give me a token of your love. I ask you to give something to replace the void. I hold out my hand and take the crystal, the malachite I place in your heart. Malachite is a very powerful energy of truth and grounding. Saint Germain, I thank you. I thank Michael and the angels of the violet fire. And as I now finish the healing, I will travel around Pamela's body and I will ask her to see herself in a bath of the most beautiful water, of violet, beautiful energy. This water is the most fantastic energy. This is releasing the energy that harbors in your aura, releases the energy that's given you so much pain. Wash it. Feel the remnants and pain disappearing in this bath of water. Feel your heart lightening. Feel the love in your heart. Feeling, reaching, searching. Reaching and searching for a greater love, a greater purpose. Know that you and Freddie have never parted, but new cords will connect as the spirit world will allow you to work in tangent. As you let go, you will find that your work is everlasting and will work forever. Just trust in the angels. Trust in the process. I'd like you now to imagine all your chakras spinning in a clockwise motion. I'd like you now to feel your third eye opening. 1, 2, 3. Solar plexus. 1, 2, open. Base. 1, 2, 3, open. And as I move to your feet, I hold your feet and ground you. And I pull you into my body and out to my feet. And all the cosmic energy and thoughts that you have of any pain and negativity travel through me and through my feet and into the ground. See this energy as a colour and send it to me so I can take that pain. Send it so I can feel your pain. Resolve it and transmute it into light as it enters the earth through my roots. It goes into Mother Earth and is transmuted in the most fantastic way. Cleansed, grounded, a purpose. But soon, your purpose and your grounding will bring a new light of life. Like a sapling with a new sprout, growing back into the earth's surface, back into my feet. This sapling is a thought, a passion and a love that's going to enter your life soon. As it enters my form and out of my hands and into your feet, feel this sense of hope filling your void. This energy is a void of hope and a future where you will feel happy and safe once again. Imagine that. Breathe that. Know that. All that you've been through is perfect. The growth you have now will help you further in your life. For loss is something that you do not take easily. And loss is something that you should not take easily. As if you remember, you have never lost one thing. Fill your heart with the void of golden energy and call upon the angels to help you in your time of trouble. Allow your heart to reach out to your angels, clear your energy system, and any remnants send them to my hands and back through my body and into my feet. Soon, I will release your feet and I shall scan your body once more. And I will pick up my dowser and I will check your energy system to see how it feels right now. And your crown chakra is open. Your back of your third eye is open. Front of your third eye is open. Your throat open and healthy, and the rear of your throat open. Your heart is open and healthy, and your solar plexus is open and healthy. Your sacral is open, and your base is open, ready for grounding. Your energy system now is in a place of complete openness, acceptance. Take the words that Michael has said to you and allow his cords to stay open and free. And as Michael's cleansed and the angels of the violet fire have taken the psychic debris and sent it to the angels to be cleansed, know that Freddie is with you and know that you have had a fantastic journey together. Release your burden and guilt. Release your burden and guilt. Release it to the light. Release it. 1, 2, 3. Release, release, release. 2, 3. Soon, I will ask you to be aware of your physical body. And I'll ask you to bring your attention to your breath. And as you breathe in the light, know that you are breathing in light. Soon this light will awaken your body And you'll be aware of the couch and the eyes. And when you are ready, open your eyes and wiggle your feet and toes and your fingers. And then, hopefully, we can talk about how your journey was. Okay? Anything to add, Anu?
Wow, that was spectacular. Thank you. And I love how you mentioned the energy systems, because as you were opening up the chakras, I was kind of thinking of the science behind all of this, because they were all open. It's magical.
Yeah.
Wow. And it's all to do with energy.
Yeah.
Energy doesn't lie.
Once people didn't actually recognise energy and chakras and meridians, I mean, in the days of acupuncture, it was laughed upon. But now it's a science and there's a technique.
Yeah.
So people talk about energy and meridians and how our energy is connected to all parts of our body. Mm-hmm. So now, on a holistic level, it's starting to get recognised on a greater level. Okay.
Good. Yeah.
People are doing all sorts of holistic therapy now. This is a bit like acupuncture without pins.
Yeah.
So it's great. It's great.
Is.
And it's very relaxing. I think, would you agree?
Yeah, I agree totally.
Pamela, wow, are you ready to share your journey?
To be perfectly honest, it was very, very painful. I think my emotional pain was so bottled up that manifest in my physical body, because I felt physical, real pain in my stomach when he was mentioning about cutting the cord in between me and Freddie. So it was actually physical pain. It's that bad. And through the meditation, I think I released my guilt, first of all, for leaving him alone to be able to visit my family after so long, because obviously COVID situation and everything. And I was just thinking, I just look for the best possible place for him to stay. And I was very sorry I didn't realize how lost he felt at the moment I left him because of his insecurities, obviously his vision impairment and his hearing lost. And I think stress set him off. And then he had to be rushed to the emergency service where I was working when I came back. And I think I definitely did everything I could after that. But it was too late for him. But we also have to keep in mind that Freddie lived for 3 years with renal disease. Okay. He had kidney failure for 3 years and also heart problems. So as much as we use holistic and conventional medicine together to keep him going and give him quality of life, we all have a limit. And I think Freddie had his limits on Saturday.
It is, yeah.
So,
are you seeing the kind of positives now? Are you grateful for all of the good times that you had together? And are you seeing things more positively?
Yeah, I feel much more in pain and in peace with myself.
Good.
And with him as well. And I think I probably let him go in a healthy way, because as we were saying before, attachments are normal but also can get a little bit unhealthy when they are too strong.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I think I had a bit of a too strong bond with Freddie, I guess. So this definitely helped me letting go and feeling much better.
That's amazing.
So thank you guys, thank you very much.
Thank you, David. Wow.
Thank you.
With your magic.
That's a brief idea of what healing and cord cutting can actually do in meditation. Most of my healings I talk through, as most people just actually put their hands out. But for me, I feel if you bring up the subject, you're actually healing the point of the problem. I feel that you have to actually be aware that you have a problem. Some people like to go for healings and just lie there and want it to be all taken away.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, my analogy of healing is that you recognise what it is, and by recognising, the healing energy helps on a deeper level. Otherwise, it keeps coming back, coming back. So my personal opinion is that we talk through the problem, we deal with it, And then hopefully we can help that situation, disappear or feel less painful.
Yeah, it is. And it's all about acceptance. You have to accept the situation first, and then you can forgive yourself and whoever else. And then it is. And I think what's happened here is there's been a shift in perspective, Obviously, because you're seeing things a lot more clearer now.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, and from a reasonable point of view, it's not like all these negative thoughts, all this darkness that is completely useless, really, when you just blame yourself and you get yourself stuck in a loop and things like that. And I think many people grieve strongly because of guilt. Yeah. But they need to know that in life you have to make compromises in order to actually live it. And not everything is perfect, and it's okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you just have to let go.
And it's crazy how you say that, you actually felt guilty for going to see your parents because you had to leave your dog. I mean,
Exactly. We love them that much. It's crazy.
I know, right? It is. And again, this issue comes up a lot about shame and guilt, how it is. I think it's, up there when it comes to the emotions that really set us back in life.
We can't have love to that extent without some form of guilt, because we'll always look at ourselves, we could have done this, we could have done that. But what I will add is that this healing is only the beginning. Okay. This has got a 3-day healing crisis she's got to go through.
Ooh,
right, so whatever we've done here is opened up the energy of healing, but she will go through a 3-day process. And there may be tears, there may be release, there may be something. Everyone's different. Okay. So always think it's not been snatched away. It's something that actually works away.
Okay.
It works away, and it gives you a sense of peace. And sometimes you listen, sit down, and you may have more clarity or more feelings or more release. So this is how energy works. So, it's just to let you know, it's not like a magic wand. It's actually working even now we're talking.
Okay, and I guess it's in these 3 days now where you're going to have to up your self-care. So what will you be doing to up your self-care, sister?
So, first of all, I'm going to take a bubble bath. I can't wait.
Lovely, yeah.
And second, I'm going to surround myself with people that love me and make me feel good and make me laugh.
Okay.
Third, I'm going to face going for a walk on my own. Wow, that's going to be challenging.
Yeah, that will.
But that will help me, because nature heals anything, to me at least, definitely. So, those 3 things.
Yeah, you've got it all made, girl.
I will definitely help myself.
Yeah, I look forward to seeing the new you.
Me too. When is that going to happen?
3 days, apparently.
3 days, good.
Wow, thank you so much again. And David, you've been amazing.
Thank you, Anna, and you others too. You always help this conversation, this healing, this podcast by your perfect interruption of questions.
Hopefully they're reasonable questions and they're valuable to my listeners and watchers.
Absolutely perfectly timed. We actually work in tangent quite well. We know when to come in and when to come out. Yeah. And we don't sort of like to compete for our space. We just allow it to happen. I think it's really good.
It is, yeah. Thank you so much, Pamela. You've been an amazing participant, client. Wow. And we'd love to have you back.
Anytime. Thank you, Anu. Thanks, David.
Yeah. Thank you, David.
Thank you. Yeah.
They'll be doing hugs afterwards, so... But thank you so much, listeners. Again, you've all been amazing, and we're loving serving you. And, if you have any questions about this episode, please do fire them away. You can email me, you can comment, you can contact me if you have a question for David as well. If you'd like a distant healing from David, he's offering them as well. And we look forward to serving you again on our next episode for Workshop 9, which again, we'll see what that will be about. But if you have any suggestions, of course, let me know. So thank you so much. We love you. God bless you all, and namaste.
Namaste, everybody, and have a good evening.
And while this episode comes to an end, you may want to check out my book, Victim to Victor, now available on audio, and where I have shared my journey of evolving through self-help and a determination to cast off my damaging past. My goal is to reach out to fellow survivors of abuse and provide hope and motivation in their lives. I hope that I can help victors transform their lives and achieve amelioration in the process of discovering their true self. I also have a 12-week self-development plan, which is absolutely free, and it aims to guide you on your journey to recovery. You can find the link in the description below. Please like this podcast and tag or share it with somebody whom you know is going through a similar situation and may need help. I will be back with another podcast soon. Until then, take care and stay empowered.